Coming in at number three, it surprises me, honestly. It's The Bold and the Beautiful, an American soap opera cracking the top three for now. And I just have to say, Bold and the Beautiful is just a show I have looked forward to watching in the month of November and coming into December, which is something I didn't think would be the case most of the year. It has taken Days of Our Lives' spot as the American soap opera I like to just come home and watch. It helps that it's so short and it's just an easy viewing. But yeah, I mean, sometimes I feel crazy. I feel crazy. Am I the only one that thinks Bold and the Beautiful is actually entertaining to watch these past 2 months? Am I the only one? If somebody's watching this, just please comment if I am crazy for thinking Bold and the Beautiful is actually entertaining right now. I'm gonna talk about the main story, which is the story that keeps me coming back in a while. But first, let's talk about the smaller stories. At the beginning of November, we still had Quinn versus Donna, where Quinn basically gave Eric an ultimatum that Donna he had to make Donna quit working for him at Forrester because of Donna still having feelings for Eric. Eric goes through with it. Donna leaves the company. Donna and Quinn had some confrontations. So we will see what comes of that. That story hasn't been on often these past few weeks, but at the beginning of November, it was on a lot. And I think it was actually something that Bold and the Beautiful doesn't do often enough anymore. That was kind of a longer term story because Donna has had feelings for Eric for a while still, and she's talked about it for a while still. And she finally got to act on it with Eric to kind of somewhat cure his erectile dysfunction, I guess. They haven't really dived back into that because last we heard he still couldn't get it up for Quinn, but was able to get it up for Donna. So yeah, I don't know, but it was a good storyline enough. The other smaller storyline was Carter and Katie. We had Xavier from Big Brother. They always have somebody from Big Brother. The Big Brother players of the season always have guest appearances on The Bold and the Beautiful. It should have been Ozza because Ozza can actually fucking act, and Xavier delivered his lines like garbage because he was clearly nervous and he's not an actor. But whatever. Anyway, Carter and Katie still getting close, but that also hasn't been on a lot these past 2 weeks. So we'll see if that actually develops more. Now, I would say the B story of the month was Thomas, Paris, and Zende. That somewhat love triangle where Thomas has developed feelings for Paris. Um, it's much better than what they were teasing a few months ago with Paris and Finn. I'm glad that was scrapped for Paris and Thomas. But yeah, Zende's basically wanting to propose to Paris. He wants Quinn to make a great ring for her. Meanwhile, Thomas and Paris were living together, but Thomas had dinner with Paris, had dinner for Paris, and admitted some of his feelings about Paris. Paris turned him down, however. So I don't know if that means the triangle has been dropped already, because on Bold and the Beautiful, some things just move so fucking quick. It's kind of whiplash. Like 1 week this is happening, the next week it's different. But we'll see if anything else develops from that. But I have enjoyed that triangle, and I do wonder if Lawrence St. Victor, who plays Carter and is now a part of the writing team, has some say going into this now. Because months ago, if you would have told me, if I would have been talking about this soap opera months ago, I would have been talking about how Bold and the Beautiful has all these token black characters who are just always, kind of just sidekicks and not really having really deep stories. But clearly, they've made Paris be the main part of this triangle. So I do feel like there's actually someone getting more of a say to actually develop Paris as not just being, because before this, like I said, they were making Paris seem like she was going to develop feelings for Finn, and she was basically going to be Finn's side piece to Steffi. But now it's Paris at the center of the triangle, so that's a shift on this show that never happens in the past with black characters. So clearly, I do think Lawrence St. Victor has a say, and they also developed relationships this month between Carter and Zende and Carter and Paris, giving the black characters a sort of friendship on the show that I enjoyed. So now the main story continues to be, of course, Sheila, Deacon, and their kids, and Sheila and Deacon really driving story and just kind of being the problem for a lot of the characters on canvas. We have Steffi and Liam, who are, of course, the married to Deacon and Sheila's kids. So we got Steffi and Finn is still has a want to get close to Sheila a bit, but Finn went through his own drama this month where Finn's adoptive father, Jack, actually admitted to his adoptive mother, Lee, that he was really Finn's biological father and not just adoptive father because he had an affair with Sheila long ago. And once she started finding out what kind of person Sheila really was, always seeing her in the news being a fucking criminal, he decided to just make it seem like Finn was adopted and never told him the truth until now. Lee and Jack tell Finn the truth. Finn does not take it well. And then we have Deacon, who made a lot of progress with Hope and Brooke this month. Hope still wants Deacon in her life. Brooke has come around to Deacon being back. We got a couple episodes early in the month where Brooke was having all these memories of Deacon and that the affair they had long ago when Deacon was with Brooke's other daughter and Brooke had an affair with him because, you know, Brooke used to be the hoe on Bold and the Beautiful for decades. But of course, we still have the Forresters who think they know best, trying to tell everybody what they should be doing. And, you know, Ridge is still trying to tell Deacon to stay away, but Brooke keeps defending Deacon now, which does not have Ridge happy. And Hope's getting mad at Steffi for trying to talk Liam into making Liam keep Deacon away from Hope. So we have a lot of these dynamics right now that it's just good to watch. It's an easy viewing. Bold and the Beautiful is entertaining, and this main story has been great because it's all connected. You know, Sheila and Deacon being the villains that they have been in the past, trying to reconnect with their kids, but the Foresters trying to keep that from happening. It works. It just works. Is it the best storyline of all time? Of course not, because the pacing on the Bold and the Beautiful is just weird. And I do think some things need to develop more. We haven't seen a lot of Sheila lately. It seems like we were seeing more of the Deacon side of things than the Sheila side of things. So I'm hoping we get more progress in December with this story because it can't just keep being more of the same. You know, Hope and Finn wanting to see their parents, but everybody else trying to keep them away from each other. That's going to get old. So other things need to develop within this story. It seems like they could be teasing Deacon trying to get back with Brooke, which would be an interesting story to see because Brooke doesn't get main storylines anymore when she was one of the person getting the main storylines on the show for decades. So we'll see what happens with Deacon. I think Deacon is the character that has brought the life back to Bold and the Beautiful these past 2 months because Sheila came back and it was interesting, but it was missing something. And then when Deacon came back, the show has been, for me, a must-watch show on an almost daily basis. So I like what I've been seeing, and that is why Bold and the Beautiful is in the number 3 spot for the month of November.